Business owner, I just want you to know that if you have made it through the pandemic so far, through this very challenging season, and your business is still afloat, you are successful. You need to take a moment to own that, to do business with that, and to say, I am a success. My business is a success. And I am capable of doing this for the long haul. And I am capable of so much more. That's the start. That's the start to figuring out how to navigate the changing waters that are ever changing, always a challenge as we continue to move through this very strange time. And yet, I also just want to help you to think this through. If you think about other times in history where everything has been shaken up during wars, during the Great Depression, all of these times that are difficult to think about because they're not fun times, those are the times when the greatest innovations have been made. The greatest things have come out of them. Yes, they took a lot of hunkering down and just trying to make it. And there were people who did. But the people who came out on top, the people who came out with a new product, with a new service that solves a problem that had been around, honestly, for a long time, but had never gotten addressed, were the people who shifted their perspective from just plain surviving to thriving, from seeing this time as something to get through to seeing this time as a time of opportunity. And that's what this time is. 2022, 2023, 2025, and beyond. These are times of opportunity. And I'm going to invite you to dust off your ideas that you've been thinking about, to take a look at the market and to see where is the gap. Where is the gap where your customers and your clients still have the same needs and no one's providing it, or no one's providing it just the way that they need? To think through what are their pressing issues right now, and how can you, with your products, service, your personal experience, background, skills, and the skills of your team, meet that right now in this moment. But in order to get there, I need you to take a step back and to take a look at yourself, to take a look at how far you and your business have come. If you have made it this far during the pandemic and your business is still afloat, you are a success. Your business is successful. It's so easy to hold ourselves to these impossible standards, or even to hold ourselves to what used to be the standard in business for success. That doesn't apply anymore. And I just want you to think through everything that you have done to make it this far. Take a moment, think it through, catalog it for yourself in your mind. Those things, even those things that you feel a little bit of insecurity about, you're not sure if you did the right thing. Yeah, you've made it, but at what cost? It's okay. This is that time. You're not going to do it perfectly. But the fact that you jumped in there, you did what you had to do, and you've gotten this far means you have it in you to go the rest of the way. You have it in you not only to keep your business going, but to be able to take it to new heights and to do things that other people are scared to do. You are that person. So as we move forward, I want to invite you to take a different perspective. I used to play soccer, a lot of soccer. I was never amazingly good. I would play defense, left, usually left, because nobody wanted to play it, and I could do it decently. So that was the space that I filled. I refereed, I coached, I did the whole 9 yards. And there were some life lessons that stuck with me. I'm sure you can think back to your sports background or your art background or your martial arts background or whatever it is that you've done as a hobby growing up that maybe you're still doing, and think about what kind of lessons are the same that have spoken to you, or similar types of lessons. To me, one of the things that stood out the most was that the best defense is a good offense. Now, as a defensive player, as one who was in the defense line, I felt like my job was pretty important, and it was. But I'll tell you something. If I had a great set of forwards who were up there and they were striking, they were always getting themselves in position to be able to receive the ball and to make a goal, I didn't see the ball a whole lot. It was boring, but it was good for my team. Same thing when I was playing keeper. When I was playing goalie and I'm back there stressing about the ball coming and hoping that I have it in me to save, to keep a score from a ball from going in and scoring against my team, I didn't have to worry a whole lot when we had a good offense. And the midfielders were one of the biggest parts of that, shuttling the ball back and forth. This has so many analogies and so many applications for business. Obviously, I'm sure you're thinking of them just the same way I am. But beyond that, I think the biggest point is just that if you want to thrive, let alone to survive through the coming years, knowing that this time that has been challenging, there are more challenges coming. And instead of sitting back and just letting yourself sink into the exhaustion or feel like you just need to hunker down and get as small as you can to make it through, I invite you to adopt that same viewpoint. The best defense is a good offense. So it's time to dust off that idea that you've had. You've had some idea in the back of your mind. You've had something that kind of gets you creative again. It's been maybe a while since you've gotten to exercise your creative entrepreneurial part of you, but this is that time. It's time to dust that off. It's time to see, how does that fit into the market right now? How does that thing meet needs? If it doesn't, maybe there's something else that you can develop. But this is not a time to just shut out anything but the essentials. This is a time, yes, to cut back on the overhead that you don't need right now. Yes, it's a time to figure out how to cut costs and expenses with things that are not really truly meeting your clients' or your customers' needs. But what really is going to capture the market and get you in a place where you are getting to experience the success that we traditionally think of, the success of impact on your clients and customers' lives together with profit. This is a time to dig within yourself, to take a look at yourself, to take a look at your team, to say, what is it that we do well? What is it with myself that I find myself thriving on? I get in the zone and I just forget completely about all the time that's going by. What is it that you've done in the past that your customers and clients have really responded to? Or what needs do you see in them right now that maybe aren't getting met? Something within your wheelhouse, not something totally outside, although that's another topic entirely. Going out for a secondary revenue stream and bringing that in for yourself and your family, that's a totally different topic, and that is completely an awesome idea for something to do right now. But right now, I'm just talking about getting into that space where you and your team within your current business can offer something to your clients and customers that they need right now more than ever. This is your time. So I'm going to make a whole bunch more videos about this. This is what I thrive on. This is what I love. So I am going to talk at length, and you will get tired of it, about ways to figure out how to set your new sights, to set your sights on your new goals, how to figure out what you have to give and what brings you joy and life and your entire whole life, not just your work life, and then how to restructure whatever you need to and take the steps in order to get there. I invite you along for the journey. Let's keep talking. In fact, leave me some ideas down in the comments below. How does this strike you? How does this sit with you? What are the thoughts that you have, and what are the feelings that are stored within you as we talk about this topic, that right now, success in 2022 is going to look different from what it's looked like in the past, but this is a time of opportunity. This is a time for you who have already proven yourself to shine. So leave me comments down below. Talk about what it is that is on your mind as you're getting into this time. Tell me, what would you like me to discuss in future videos? I'd love to have this dialogue get going and have a conversation with you. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, if it's gotten you thinking or stirred something within you, I'd love for you to think through who else could benefit from this video, from this topic. Send it to them in a DM or a text, or even post it on your Facebook or Instagram. Let's get this conversation going with the broader within the broader business community, and specifically within entrepreneurs and business owners who are ready to take their next steps. Not everyone knows they're ready to take their next steps, but let's get things stirring. It's time for change, and you get to be at the forefront of it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so that you'll be notified next time I put out a video like this. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.